Good morning, you're watching Proactive. Rich Vigil, Global VP of Empress Royalty, joins us. Rich, good to see you. How are you?
Hi, nice to see you. I'm well.
Thanks very much for joining us. And you're a very, very busy man. We're just going to touch a bit on maybe what Empress is doing, but also on your background. So for the people who aren't familiar with you and the expertise that you bring, what's your background and how did you come to get involved with Empress Royalty?
Yeah, I'm happy to speak about that. So I am a mine engineer by background. Went to the Colorado School of Mines. Would work for Freeport-McMoRan and would later do my MBA, focusing in finance and international business. After business school, I worked for R&B Resources, the merchant banking division of First Round, and we provided debt and equity to the junior mining sector. My coverage was the Americas. I would later work for a private credit fund with a focus in Latin America, where again we provided debt and equity to the junior mining sector, primarily in Latin America. I joined Empress in 2020 as the global VP, and my role is to originate, structure, and close financial transactions on behalf of Empress. And we do that through technical due diligence and filtering opportunities based upon the technical merits.
Well, it sounds like you're ideally placed. I mean, if you were to put down on paper the person they were looking for to come into that position, what with your mining criteria and your background in finance as well, it sounds absolutely ideal. So now you're with Empress. Can you expand for our viewers upon the type of investment criteria that Empress would look for when they're looking to expand their portfolio?
Yeah, so what we primarily look at public companies and private companies. We look for late stage development and producers. We define late stage as 6 to 18 months from production. We do prefer to be the last money in. We do look at gold and silver only. We do look globally, as well as we can do ticket sizes of up to $25 million US.
And is it, you say gold and silver only? Is that a decision that was made a while ago with Empress? Is there any other expansion for maybe into like battery metals or anything of that nature? Or why gold and silver? Because they tend to retain their level of investment potential.
Well, it is a strategic decision that was made at the board level to focus on gold and silver only. But there are just a lot more gold and silver mines that are out there that are being financed for the ticket sizes that we can be relevant in. For many of the base metal projects and base metal mines, they require hundreds of millions of dollars. So there's just not a lot of them that are being built. Whereas gold mines, you can build a gold mine in some jurisdictions for as little as $30 million, and restarts can cost even less. So that's the primary reasons.
I see. I understand. Speaking then about your portfolio, let's give a bit of an overview of your portfolio investments. I know there are some particularly we want to speak about, and you'll no doubt pick me up on my pronunciation over here. Tahuehueto in Mexico, your silver mine. What's happening over there?
Yeah, so Tahuehueto is owned and operated by Luca Mining. It is a typical Mexican polymetallic in that it's gold and silver, lead and zinc. The primary value is the gold, but our stream is focused on the silver only. They have recently announced that they have reached 500 tons per day capacity, which is great. So we are expecting to start seeing more production from that. But they are also fully funded to 1,000 tons per day, which they should reach by the end of the year. At 500 tons a day and at current prices, they are expected to be cash flow positive. So lots of good catalysts in the second half of the year coming from Tahuehueto.
And I read as well, it's situated in a mining friendly district, and it's always good to have the locals on the ground on your side when you're going into that kind of venture. Okay, let's move away then from Mexico and let's pop over the pond to Manica in Mozambique. Now, this is to do with gold primarily, I understand.
That's correct. And I was actually on a site visit recently, and I was taught that the pronunciation is Manica.
Ah,
So I'm trying to transition to that as well. So Manica is a open pit gold mine. We have a royalty on them. They started producing in July of last year, and we are very excited that we continue to see gold increase month by month. And the plant is largely is de-risked and is operating in steady state. And we look forward to additional growth throughout the end of the year.
And then let's go back across the water to, once again, my pronunciation may be a bit sketchy. We'll try this. Sierra Antipite in Peru, the gold mine. Yes?
Yeah, so we've Sierra Antipite is operated by Sierra Sun Group. It's a private company, but they have done very well of operating like a publicly traded Canadian company. They are producing gold. We have been able to see production growth there as well since our investment in 2021, and we continue to look forward to them continuing to operate. This mine has been operated since 2001, previously by Buenaventura. It's produced over 1 million ounces. This team took it over in 2017, and we've been very delighted at the production growth that we've seen since the inception of this gold stream.
So it sounds like you've got an extraordinarily strong portfolio behind you, and what with your experience you bring to Empress, and having seen works on the ground, it seems like you're well placed to lead the company into the second half of the year. Can you tell us what else can investors expect from Empress as we go forward into the second half of the year?
Yeah, so we've got 2 exclusivities that we have signed. We've completed the technical due diligence on one of them and are working through the legal, commercial, and ESG due diligence aspects of it. We have a second one that is a little bit earlier stage, but we have we have started the technical due diligence with all indications showing a clean bill of health from that perspective, and then we'll get into legal and financial, commercial, ESG due diligence after that. And then we've got a very robust pipeline of earlier stage conversations and discussions with other parties globally.
Well, it's all something to look forward to, and something that investors are going to keep a very close eye on, knowing the pedigree that Empress has already. In the meantime, Rich Vigil, Global VP at Empress Royalty, thank you for your time today at Proactive.
Thanks, Chris.